and welcome to class today. My name is Kayla Brugger. Today I'm bringing you a first trimester prenatal abdominal focus workout. You're going to need a foam roller today and a nice cushiony mat. I am going to have you reclined on your back for the majority of today's workout. So as long as you still feel comfortable there, we will take some breaks, resetting, coming back up to our seat, and then reclining again. So let's go ahead and get started. Lying on your back, you're gonna wanna bring your roller with you. Well, as you lie down, you might feel comfortable just rocking back onto your back, or you might need to come to your side and then turn to your back. So whatever feels most comfortable for you to enter and exit in a reclined position here. Oh, we also want to be mindful of abdominal coning. So if you're already starting to notice that your abdominals are coning, we want to just really focus on pulling energy into the mat and making sure to avoid crunching. We're not going to be doing very much crunching or lifting our head up very much at all for today's workout. So we're going to be very focused on transverse abdominal activation. So let's just set the roller actually to the side for a moment, and let's just do a little transverse abdominal activation exercise to begin. So I want you to take your hands, feel like the natural curve of your back right now. So you should almost be able to slip your fingertips underneath that. And then what I want you to do is take a big breath in. I want you to blow air out like you're blowing out through a straw and press the energy of your core down into your hands. We should feel a deep connection or some pressure start to build into our hands. Now begin to take an inhale through the nose. And again, as you exhale, press down into your hands, feeling that slight bit of connection there. That's your transverse abdominal activation. Big inhale again. And exhale. We'll do 3 more of these. Last one. Beautiful. Go ahead and slip your hands out. So hopefully that helps you bring a little bit more connection into the transverse abdominal activation. Now you're going to grab your roller in your hands here. I want you to take both of your knees up to tabletop. And as you take your knees up to tabletop, you want to focus on that energy. So we shouldn't have that arch in the lower back anymore. We should feel that energy drawing down and into the mat from the abdominal connection. As you slightly squeeze outside the roller, I want you to feel like you're giving it a little bit of a connection, like you're trying to shorten it. So you're gonna feel your biceps, your chest muscles activate a little bit here. Now the roller is just gonna lightly come against your knees, and we're gonna return here with each one. You're gonna take a breath in. On that exhale, begin to stretch the roller back and feel the abdominals draw down as that natural curve of your lower back disappears. Again, now we're not reaching the roller to the ground here. We're working for length. So you're also gonna feel some arm work here. Inhale, retouch the roller back to the knees, and then exhale, stretch the roller back. Inhale, and exhale. Those knees shouldn't move. They should stay hip width and parallel. 3 more. 2. And last one. Now it's hard work holding those legs up. We're going to move just one leg at a time now. Keep the roller where it's at. Take a breath in. Exhale, your right leg is going to stretch out. Inhale, bring the right knee back to the roller. Alternate. Exhale. Inhale. Move the leg from the abdominal muscles. Exhale. Inhale. Now just be mindful that the roller isn't moving at an angle. It should stay perpendicular to the knees. Keep blowing air out of a straw. If you're starting to feel your hip flexors or your back arching as the legs move away, stretch your leg up a little bit higher. One more each side. Inhale both knees back to the roller. Exhale, set one foot down, then the other, and relax your arms for a minute. Let's go ahead and come on up here. That was already very hard work. So go ahead, set your roller to the side. Gently turn your body to the side and then press your way on up here. Just a moment to reset. Just letting the blood flow come back into the head. I always feel a little bit dizzy when I come up after being reclined. So stay upright for as long as you can. If you are seeing stars, stay up a little bit longer here. Just kind of take a few deep breaths in and out, and then let's return back down. So kind of if you feel more comfortable lying to your side, then rolling to your back, or if you are still comfortable, just going all the way down like so. You know your body best, listen to it. So again, you're still gonna hold the roller in between your hands here. You're gonna take your right knee up to tabletop again. Feel the abdominal starting to contract, so the space from the low back to the mat is getting closed, and then the left knee is gonna float up here. Place the roller back on the shins, or the shins rather, the knees. You're gonna feel that connection. Now we're gonna move both legs together. So you're gonna take a breath in to prepare, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Keep your elbows bent so you're not hyperextending, and squeeze that roller so you feel your biceps, your chest muscles, and that also gonna just draw you deeper into your abdominal muscles. We've got 5, 4. Again, pay attention if you need to extend the legs higher versus lower. If the back starts to arch and you're working in all the wrong places, again, you know your body best. Stay true to it. Last 2. And one more. Inhale, those knees bend. Now we're gonna combine it together. Exhale. Inhale, the knees and the roller touch. Exhale, the knees and the roller move away from one another. Inhale, we're not lifting the head at all. So it's like we're doing a flat back, hollow hold here. Really tough in that transverse abdominal connection. Beautiful, stay with me here. For 6. Again, for length, not depth. My legs have to go up quite a bit, because if I go too low, my back is gonna arch off the mat. So you can see that my legs are not going very low. They're up quite high, actually. Last 2. Too much talking, and I reverse the breath there. Exhale away. Inhale back together. Last 1. Inhale back together. Beautiful. One foot down, the other foot down. Go ahead and put your roller off to the side. Turn to the side. And again, let's reset. Gently pressing our way on up here. Just taking a moment, about 30 seconds more if you need it. If you also need to grab a drink of water, here's a great time. Catch a little sip. And now what we're gonna do on our last set here is, instead of holding the ends of the roller, we're gonna be kind of pushing the roller against the knees. So it's actually gonna bring more energy, more connection into our center. So this is gonna be our hardest sequence here, saving the best for last. And you're kind of in control. So the more pressure you put into the roller with your hands, the more your core is going to engage, and probably the more you're gonna feel that little tremor of truth, that little abdominal quiver. So again, as you're ready, let's meet down on our back. The roller is gonna be positioned more so on your thighs versus against your knees. Your elbows are gonna stay softly bent. Now, I'm gonna start with my heels raised here, and that allows me to bring my legs already almost weightless. So I'm able to adjust my pelvis in the positioning that I need to, so my pelvis isn't tipped forward too much. I'm neutral spine. So again, back is already connecting down into the mat. And that way I'm gonna start with an inhale and then intentionally pull the knees up to tabletop using my core. Now elbows really have to bend down to the side here. You're gonna start by moving one knee and one arm away. Take a breath in and exhale. Sorry, let's reset. I was moving the same arm and the same leg there. We need to do opposite so we are able to hold the connection of the roller. Okay, so take a deep breath in here. Your hands are gonna be more positioned to the center of the roller, otherwise the roller is gonna move at an angle, okay? So take a breath in and exhale, right arm and left leg are gonna move away. Inhale back to center. You kind of have to grab the roller with that hand and then exhale. Inhale back to center and exhale, doing your best not to let that roller angle. Mine is really wanting to angle on one side, so I can tell that side is my weaker side. Inhale back to center. Kind of have to cross those hand positions and make sure that you get that hand back at center. Little tricky with the timing here, since a little bit more coordination required, and we have got 4 more. And 3. And 2. And last one. Inhale, both hands back on the roller. We're gonna do 5 double arm, double knee ab activators. On your exhale, you're gonna press and resist. Push as hard as you can. Don't let the legs move. Inhale, release the press. And exhale. As hard as you can there. Inhale. Feel that abdominal tremor and quiver. Last 2. My arms are starting to get just as tired as my core. Beautiful job. 1 more. And exhale. Inhale, grab the roller, set the feet down. Oh my goodness. Core is toast. Take your time rocking up to your side. Come up to a seated position here. I do want to get a little stretch, because especially with a lot of that knee bending, we can feel really our hip flexors turn on, especially as the belly starts to grow a little bit more. Our core starts to get a little bit weaker. Whether we have abdominal separation through our pregnancy or not, we all kind of have abdominal separation, whether it's noticeable or not, whether it's specifically diagnosed as diastasis rectis or not. We all have to create space for our babies to move and grow. So everybody's core separates a little, some a lot. And with that, we just want to be mindful of our hip flexors, because the more the abdominals start to move apart to create more space for the baby, they get weaker, and we start to compensate using hip flexors, back, glutes, other areas that might not feel as good and as connected as the core starts to get a little bit weaker. So with that, let's go ahead and finish with a little hip flexor stretch here. So I'm going to have you come to a kneeling position. Let's start with right foot forward. I want us to be very mindful of our pelvic positioning here. So we want to make sure that our tail isn't sticking out. We almost kind of want to tuck the booty under and then really feel like we're zipping up a really tight pair of pants here. So I purposely like to take one hand on my belly and one hand on my back to kind of do a little tuck of the pelvis. And then I can feel my back hand almost resting on my glute as I squeeze the back butt cheek. Like you're creating a little bit of a shell. Just that adjustment of the pelvis and that glute activation, I'm already feeling a very, very big stretch in my hip flexor on the left side. Now, depending on if that adjustment already made that stretch intense enough for you, you might stay right here, or you might bend your right knee a little bit and sink a little bit more forward. So I don't have to go very far here. In fact, if I go too far and I'm holding the neutral pelvis, I actually start to feel pressure in my sacrum, and that's not a good thing. So just make sure that we're not overstretching on this one. especially as the relaxin hormone starts to get into our body. It might not be wise to overstretch right now because we can feel that. So just a gentle ease into it here. Shoulders will stay relaxed. Now you don't have to keep your hands in this position. They might just gently rest on your hips. Shoulders roll back. Again, don't forget to continue to squeeze that back glute. Again, that is key to this stretch. The more you connect to that back glute, the more we're gonna pull up through the front of the hip. Ooh, all right, that was enough on that left side. Let's go ahead and step the right foot back and bring the left foot forward. Again, I'm just gonna do that little pelvic positioning here. So tucking the tail under slightly, pulling the pubic bone up, feeling that shelf-like position as I squeeze the right glute, setting the shoulders back so the chest isn't dropping forward, and then starting to just ease in to the stretch here. Gently begin to bend your left knee a little bit more. Good, as you bend the knee, you might have forgotten to squeeze the glute like I just did. So go ahead and sink into that lunge. Beautiful, yes, good. And we'll hold here for about another 10 seconds. And this is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and ease out of this stretch. Just kind of move around, sit back on your heels, maybe come back up, do a little hip circle. Just kind of notice how the front of the hips feel. The hip flexors can be directly related to lower back tightness as well. So mamas, as the hips continue to move, the belly starts to get bigger, the pelvis is gonna continue to pull out of alignment a little bit. So the more we can stretch those hip flexors, the better the lower back is gonna feel as well. So keep that stretch in mind as you continue through your pregnancy. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.